and the door will open. Seek and you will find. Ask and you'll be given.
For the first time, the government is considering whether to allow the sale of food from a genetically altered animal, the FDA taking it up today. A company has tinkered with the genetic material of salmon so the fish can grow faster and reach groceries sooner. Are eaters ready?
With my arms unfurled, waiting just for you.
Let me ask you about genetically modified food, because you hear so much about it, and I think people don't quite understand what it means.
So if you genetically engineer a new food, right, and you change the molecular structure of that food, you can introduce a new protein, and sometimes a protein could be a new allergen.
They're in 80% of the food we eat, but some say genetically modified organisms pose serious health risks.
Some of the outrage was sparked by these shocking photos showing massive tumors that developed on these rats after they ate genetically modified corn over their lifetimes.
Today, Azevedo's big worry is keeping alfalfa hay, the best feed for producing milk, from being contaminated by nearby genetically modified or GMO crops.
If alfalfa seed gets contaminated, we're out of business.
The contamination happens when these seeds drift from one farmer's land onto another. It's a dispute that has already resulted in huge court battles between conventional farmers and biotech companies. In the last 10 years, farmers have sued for over $1 billion in losses.
Most of these crops are engineered to withstand glyphosate, and so what we're finding now is glyphosate is now in our water supply. We're seeing it show up in breast milk of nursing mothers, and so I think from an environmental standpoint, there is a real risk involved here.
What you need to know is the FDA has actually never made a conclusion, except for the Flavor Saver tomato, about the safety of any of these crops. All they do is they say that the companies say that they're safe. We're one of the few developed countries, or perhaps the only developed country, that does not require safety testing before these crops are on the market. And so if you want to know whether they're safe, you have to do the proper studies. We haven't done that, so it's like our population is a guinea pig.
Here's what I'll do as president. I'll immediately implement country of origin labeling because Americans should know where their food comes from. We'll let folks know whether their food has been genetically modified because Americans should know what they're buying. We'll let folks know whether their food has been genetically modified because Americans should know what they're buying.